Hey, welcome back. Today let's talk about why fighters who fall in the ring think they can beat anyone in the street. I see movies, MMA, in that people who practice MMA go and beat everybody in the street. Is that true? Please, let me know your opinion. So many professional fighters believe they can handle anyone, anywhere, even in the street. After all, they have fought in the ring, trained for years, and faced real punches. But street reality is not a controlled arena. Today, I want to explore why so many ring fighters overestimate their street ability and what truly separates sports fighting from survival fighting. I know. I work in a club for over nearly 10 years. Bodyguard, bouncer. All this fight is every day is a normal. It's got a cup of tea. So what's the ring versus the real world? In the ring, everything is designed for safety and fairness. There are rules, referees, gloves, weight classes, and time limits. You fight one opponent who's prepared and trained like you. That's combat sport, not combat reality on the street. There are no rules, no weight categories, no referee, no bell to save you. It's chaotic, uneven, and unpredictable. Yet many fighters carry that same ring confidence into a completely different battlefield. I know, I met many. But when you're in the street, some been stabbed, some been even killed, So the power of condition, what's the power of conditioning? Fighters are tough, physically and mentally, I agree with that. They're very good. They're used to pain, fatigue, and pressure. That toughness builds a psychological shield. They believe that I have been hit before. I can handle anything. My friend, but the street introduced new variable. Surprise attack, come from behind. I would come from behind, smash with a bottle. Weapons, multiple attackers, and fear of injury or legal consequences. Conditioning helps, but it also creates overconfidence. A fighter body is ready, but his mind may not be ready for chaos. When you fight in the ring, it's 1-to-1, right? 1-to-1. What happened to multiple attacker? What is the ego of victory? When you're won in fights in the cage or in ring, people treat you like a warrior. Man, oh my God, you're amazing, right? That praise feeds that ego. Their minds start to say, I've trained hard, I've fought champions, no one can touch me. But ego blinds awareness. It makes a fighter underestimate others, especially ordinary people who may fight dirty or have nothing to lose. Real danger doesn't announce itself. That's why a true martial artist remains humble, because humility keeps you alive. Don't be cocky, my friend. I have met many, many tough guys who can handle all this UFC, world champion, unbeatable. All right? So what is technique versus intention? In the ring, you fight within a system. Certain moves are illegal, no eye pokes, groin strike, biting, or weapons. In the street, let me know, everything's allowed. The most dangerous people are not trained fighters. They're desperate, emotional, unpredictable. A knife, a bottle, a friend waiting behind you, a gun. I know. Those things change everything. Wing Chun, for example, was never created for sport. It was built for survival. Fast, close range, boom, boom, boom. Explosive, bam, bam. You don't fight for point. You fight to go home alive. You see? You want to stay alive, right? When faced with adversary, attacker. So what real combat teaches? Real combat isn't about how hard you hit. It's about awareness, timing, and control of space. Street defense starts before the first punch. In your observation, posture, and calmness. The best fighters know when not to fight. Bruce Lee once said, the art of fighting without fighting. A true warrior walks away when he can and acts only when he must. When his life is in danger or his family life is in danger. Then there's a different story. Because the street doesn't reward bravery, it punishes carelessness. Remember that. The street don't care who you are. The guy don't know who cares who you are. You might be the champion of the world. So why do fighters believe they can take on anyone in the street? Because they have mastered the sport of combat, but not the reality of violence. The ring builds skill. The street tests awareness. And awareness, not aggression, is the highest form of mastery. Train to be strong, but also train to be wise. All right? Think. Use your mind. Do your breathing. If this message resonates, like, share, and subscribe. Because real martial art isn't about fighting others. It's about understanding yourself. I always said that, right? I mean, many of my students and friends who are champion in martial art, champions, something got killed in the street. It's very sad. You see? And I told many of my students who are black belts, I said, please, don't chase after all these thugs. I mean, one of my students who owns a takeaway, tough guy, he's been training with me like at least 20 years, one of my top students, unbeatable. He don't care whether you're a street fighter or ring fighter. He fought and he beat them. Amazing. But I told him, please, do your breathing, calm down. What happened? Someone came to his restaurant, stole something, didn't pay. He kicked hell one person. And then they came again 3 days later. The same person came again, took the thing, and ran to the street. And what he did, I told him, never chase people. And he chased him. It was a trap. When I ran to the corner, 10 of them was there. What chance he got? Tell me. He was stabbed to death. Step. And I heard about that. I rushed. I was so heartbroken. I thought he would be my future prodigy, right? But unfortunately, he died. I have to go back to the restaurant and protect the restaurant for a couple of weeks. And they went to court. They caught all the people. But there are 10 of them who stabbed him. The fingerprints all over the knife. You see? And most of the people who killed him got away. He says racism or whatever it is. It's a sad story that was in England in the 80s. And I tell people, please, you might be the toughest guy in the ring, but you got no chance in the street when someone really wants to take you on. So in the meantime, my friend, breathing, calm down. I calm down a lot because I'm aged mellow maybe. Okay? So martial art is good to fight in the ring. Don't fight in the street. Take care.